In this video we're going to go through and edit these pictures, ones which I took the other night, and we walked through them in class today at the school. But because it was a really short class and there was a lot to do, I said I'd record it so you guys can actually go back through and do it at your own time. I've already imported these into Lightroom, so once you get it in there you should be at this stage. Now, one of the key things was selecting all the pictures which you want to edit. In the class we went along and exported them into smaller files. That was for speed. In this case we're just going to deal with the main TIFFs, and then we can come back to it. So select all your files and then merge panorama in Photoshop. Don't hit edit because that will open up individual files. So here we want to merge it, and then that will go along and open up Photoshop, stack all the images in, merge them all together and make it look seamless with any luck. Actually, I know this one works. I've tested them before, but some pictures don't work out so well. They end up skewing off. In some cases you'll get on here, just select auto. You get maybe a picture at the top and then a picture down the bottom, or you might get a couple of different areas. That's because Photoshop didn't know how to merge them together. So it's merged what it can and then goes, oh, let's go along, create a new image, and it merges those. So you could have multiples. That's typically because you haven't photographed them in a sequence in such alignment that Photoshop can tell. But if you take a shot, move a fraction, take a shot, move a fraction, take a shot, move a fraction, you shouldn't typically have the problem. But you still can. Yep. I think there's 20 photos in this sequence. How many have we got? Yeah, 20 or 19. The 20th is that one. Yep. Which is kind of standard, I guess. So I've done some in the past that have been like 40 odd. I think I've done which is 60 odd. That's a lot of pictures to merge, and then that's slowing your PC down. So you've got to have a fast computer to do lots of these. Mine's relatively quick because I bought it just for the sake of doing large processing in photos. But still, it still chugs along. As you can see, it's imported all the pictures, and now it's just aligning. It's all that left, right, left, right, left, right, up, down. Shouldn't take too long. If you look at the layers, you can see it's got a little picture, and you can see it slowly moves to left to right. So it's gone along and layered them and put the pictures together as it thinks it should. It does a pretty good job. It's not often you've got to go back and change it. Maybe in rooms and stuff where there's people, they might crop a leg off, or in some spots where they're moving. But typically on this you don't have to do anything, which is kind of nice. Let me just pause this for a second why this works. Okay, it's done. That's probably about 3 or 4 minutes, I guess. As you can see, it's put all the images there in layers, and it's put a mask over them. So it's merged them all together. You can click these on and off so you can see. Yeah. If I zoom in, These lines here, they're just there for reference. They actually don't stay in the end image. First time I saw it, I freaked. I was like, what the hell? That looks shit. But no, it's all good. It's just the edges. As you can see, it does a pretty good job, eh? As I said, we won't have to do anything really to this. Now, one of the first things you need to do, as you can see, it's 4.8 gig in size. That's because it's got a whole heap of layers and they're all really big images. So we're happy with that, so we're just going to flatten it. It gets rid of all those layers, puts them into one. You see it goes from 4 gig down to 700 meg. Kind of important. It also speeds your computer up. Now, one of the things you want to do is that horizon isn't necessarily straight. You see it curves up the edges. We're just going to flatten it out a little bit. So we just duplicate the layer. We can grab that, drop that there, and now we do Control T, which is transform. Or you can go in here. Now we want to add warp. So we just want to bring this down a bit, just so it kind of looks. We can grab one of these suckers, which is basically a guide from the top, and it can give us some indication of whether it's level across there, give or take. We can. Whoop. Just so we can use it as some reference. Yeah, that's kind of good. Might lift this up a little bit just to fill the sky. Mainly so we're going to have to crop all that out, and the picture becomes much taller. We might just fill this up like this. Maybe bring this out a little bit. We can do this on a sky because it doesn't distort it so much that you can notice. It's kind of cool. Once you're happy, hit enter. It just turns that into a real layer. There we go. Now we just want to crop the whole image down. Let's get rid of this V, which is the move tool, or you can select this. Just select this, and we just drag it off the top and get rid of it. Crop. Just bring it in so you're in the edge. Touch more. It's pretty good. There might be a little dot there. Hit enter. There we go. We're kind of cool. Nice. So, gone from that to that. I want to put a bit extra contrast in there, so we'll just get our S curve, or the curves, then put an S in there, only slight one, so making the darks darker and the lights a little bit brighter. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. Now, a bit of extra colour pop in here, so we might select reds, which will be this area, or we can do this. We only want to increase that colour, and next we want to do the blues. Let's get another, select blue. Let's increase the blues a little bit. Maybe make them a little bit darker as well, so you get a nice rich dark sky. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Just turn that off, so you can turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. we start from that, bend, curves, extra colour down here, extra colour in the sky. Nice. It's looking pretty cool. What we might do is just sharpen this a little bit. Just turn this, convert into smart object, which allows us to sharpen and adjust it over and over. If it wasn't a smart object, we wouldn't be able to. We'd have to duplicate the layer, do the edit on the layer. If it doesn't work, delete, do the edit again. Smart objects allows you just to apply a filter or something to it, and then you can just go back and double click it and then redo it. Kind of like putting another layer on, if you want to put it in those terms. Once it's done, it will look like this. Have a funny little icon there. Oop. If you double click, you go to edit. Just cancel out that. So select the layer which you want to sharpen, which is this one. Filter, sharpen, unsharp. Wrong way. Let's just pick a area which we can look at and just sort of play around with this to your personal taste. Preview on. Let's increase. It's quite a large picture, this one. So we might need to bump it up a bit. Here we can turn these layers on and off. You see it's quite sharp, and then it's much softer with the original. Yeah, that's cool. So the other thing which you might want to do with this is actually just remove some things. Let's go along and I just did control. Actually, I'll just flatten that image. Let's do that. Because I think we're happy with that. Looks cool. So that's 1.9 gig down to 650 meg. Yep. So we might want to we'll just remove some of these. So just duplicate your layer. Spot healing brush tool. Make it a size which you want it. Remove something with. It's square brackets to make them bigger or smaller. Or you can select here the brush size. Oop. So we'll just remove a couple of these just as an example. You just paint over what you want gone. And Photoshop will do the rest. Like a magical little tool, this one. Those sorts of things. Yep, once you're happy, your photo's done. You can flatten the image, save it, exit Photoshop, and there it is, back in Lightroom. And from there you can export as normal to whatever type of files you want. JPEG, you can print from here. But that's done. Hope that helped. If you've got any questions, shoot me an email, or follow me on Facebook or Google Plus, and shoot me some messages. Happy to answer them. No worries. Talk to you later.